I'm Keegan.
And I'm Nick.
And this is the Shivers Report, where you get the most up-to-date real estate information
in the world.
And more specifically in the Pacific Northwest. If you're a younger agent who has struggled to start your business in the real estate world when you're having to deal and battle with old bald guys who have been in the industry for 20 plus years, let's talk about a couple different ways that you could separate yourself or amplify the business that you're already doing to leverage that and leverage the people around you to get more business for your future self.
I think this is why it's so important for young new agents to join a team. Okay. Your ego is not your amigo. Let me tell you something, because just because you want to be the dominator, you want to be, it's my name. Well, guess what? You're gonna have a tough time competing. But as someone that's new, coming on to an established team and utilizing all their success, I think that is an incredible way, and I think you've proven it.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't believe how the other day you got the $1.3 million listing and they didn't call me. I mean, they called you because of your social media.
Yeah, and I think that's the key is, I mean, social media is just an amplification to the business that you're doing. And there's 4 categories where you can really grow on social. It's either you're an expert in a certain trade or service or something that you already know. You're documenting experiences that you're going through, or you're funny, or you're entertaining.
Got it.
And for a younger agent who doesn't necessarily have a ton of business yet, by joining a team, you're able to leverage the deals and the conversations and everything that's happening with people that are to the point where you want to get to.
Yeah.
So for me, leveraging and showing that documentation of growing your business as a realtor in your first year and what that can look like, people start to see what you're doing. And you become top of mind. And if you don't have a massive sphere, but there are people that do know of you, you start to become seen as the go-to resource for real estate.
Yeah. And another thing I think for young agents, don't think like, oh my gosh, that person's been in the business 10 years. They know so much more than me. That's just not the case. This real estate market, I've been in the business 25 years. It's the most volatile real estate market that I've ever seen, ever. And so with small habits, daily habits, you can become the economist of choice. You can have that knowledge that before it took that 10 years to get that knowledge, you can get it in months.
Yep.
And it changes quick. So adding that where you are on top of things, you're learning every day, and then you're amplifying that. So when you're talking on social media, they go, wow, that person actually knows what they're doing. And they are.
Yeah. Yeah. And then once you do that for a prolonged amount of time, when you walk into that appointment, they already know, like, and trust you.
Yeah.
No other reason why they would be calling you if they didn't.
Right.
And that's why with that listing last week, the 1.3, I walked in, they knew who I was, they had watched my videos, and they knew that they wanted to work with me. So some of the small steps, because we've been working on your social media, even old guy has been able to grow over 2,000 followers over the last, 3,000 followers over the last
60 days?
60 days, over the last 2 months. So what are some of the tools or some of the things that I've told you that has helped you be able to grow like that over the last 60 days? Whereas, and also tell them your mindset before that when it came to social media and posting and what that looked like.
I wasn't really interested in it, and it just took up mind space. I thought it was a waste of time. The one thing that you said to me that made me go, oh, okay, I can do that, is just talk about what you already know. I mean, I pride myself on understanding markets, both macro and micro, and that's what I talk about. I pride myself on knowing, as far as in the real estate game, specifically in the Pacific Northwest, what works and what doesn't. So it's not like I'm trying to be somebody that I'm not. This is who I am, and this is what I'm going to talk about it, and that's what I do. And it seems, that I've picked up a subdivision from it. I've picked up a couple referrals from agents from across the country. One young guy called me and said, hey, I reached out to you because you talk actually about data and real estate instead of doing house tours. Because I never do house tours. I only talk about what I think is happening, analyzing the market.
Yeah.
So I think house tours are also important, but for me, that's not what I'm going to probably do.
Yeah, and you found what worked for you.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of people see social media as this big mountain that they got to climb.
Yeah.
On top of what they're already doing, probably in a busy schedule. And one of the things that I knew for you was taking out what made it difficult. So in Atomic Habits, it talks about creating habits. You make the really bad habits hard to do, and you make the good habits easy to do.
Right.
And that's by setting it up in a way where it's easy to film a video. It's
Yeah.
easy to post a video. And for you, instead of adding and making it all crazy, beautiful, and cinematic, just these little phone videos that take you, 30, 45 seconds,
Yeah.
a minute and a half to
Depend-
post.
Depending if Kaya posts them for me or I have to post them myself.
Yes.
That takes a little
That's
bit of
true.
time.
That's true. But something that only takes you a couple minutes to do out of your day versus some people think that I got to come up with an idea. I got to film the idea. I got to edit the idea. And that can take away from what is actually moving the needle for them right now in their business.
Right.
Sometimes it's not about addition to what you're doing. It's subtraction to make it easier.
Right. And then just like any time blocking, just do the same thing every day. I liked when you were on the panel at that event, you and Jordan, I think, were saying, okay, I don't want to be doom scrolling on social media. So I do it at this time in the morning and this time in the evening. And I do it at the same time every time. I know I have 45 minutes to get it done. And that's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah, and it doesn't need to be serious. Like, you don't have to. It's something that you should want to do, because if you don't like it whatsoever, you're going to burn out with it. And you have to figure out a way to stay consistent enough to reap the benefits of staying consistent for a certain amount of time. Because you could post 100 times in one day. What's that going to do for you in the long run?
Right.
Instead of posting every other day for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. That's what stacks up over the long run, because this is in the future plan.
Yes.
And it's not a right now business.
Right.
But it amplifies what you're doing.
Yeah, like anything in real estate. Old school agents, remember the old farming where you sent out postcards. If you send out one round of postcards, even 2 rounds of postcards, 3 rounds of you're not going to get any business. It's that year, 2 years, 3 years, and then people see it over and over in multiple channels. Same thing with radio. I've been on the radio for 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay, we get a lot of business from radio, but it's not, as soon as I do radio, I mean, it comes. Billboards, and even all the old school stuff, it's long-term. The only now instant business is face-to-face or phone, voice-to-voice. That is how you get now business. Social media is like, that is a long-term planning for your long-term business.
But it's also, it's a moat against AI.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yes.
Newsletters, news articles, information nowadays, you don't know if it was somebody who conducted the research or somebody who actually made the article. Everything has been so overtaken by AI recently that people are craving that human connection.
Yeah.
And seeing your face and seeing you online consistently gives them an insight to who you are. They kind of feel connected to you. What did they call it yesterday or on Tuesday? You're a social path. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Like you're friends, but you've never spoken before. Because they've seen you so much.
Right.
So what is that moat for you against AI? Why would somebody go to you over somebody else or look for information? Because it's not necessarily about the information that you're providing. It's the way that you provide the information.
That's a great thing. And I think you can't be everything to everybody.
Nope.
Okay. You have to find your niche. Okay. I get people calling me sometimes because I bash on the city of Portland all the time.
Yeah.
Because I believe they make bad decisions. And agents are, well, aren't you going to tick people off? I believe that that's true. That's what I talk about. That's who I am. If you don't like that, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be offensive. When I see something that I can back up with true facts, I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm from Oregon. I've always been here. I want to stay here, but for our economy, I'm going to talk about the things that I believe are true and I can back up with data. So everybody's going to love you. Mm-hmm. People are going to talk trash about you on social media. And if you get all fired up, I remember I used to get fired up and like bash them back, and you can't do that.
No, you can't do that. And I think that's one of the reasons why you've grown is because you have a stance.
Yeah.
If you just mold in with everybody in the crowd, you're never going to stand out.
Sure.
So what is your stance? What makes you different than somebody else who's talking about the things you're talking about? The 3 C's when it comes to the triple hook concept is the concept, what and why are you talking about what you're talking about in the first 3 seconds, 5 seconds. They got to understand what it is and why it's important. Contrarian take. So for yours, you sometimes bash Portland a little bit because of the statistics that we've seen and the policies that are in place and the economics that we're seeing come from those. That's your contrarian take. For somebody else, it could be an investor stance. It could be an agent stance. An agent should never lose to an investor. And then the third is a curiosity loop. Why should somebody keep watching your video? You have to figure out a way to keep them hooked and give them a payoff at the end that they know what it's going to be at the start of the video.
Thanks for tuning in to the Shivers Report.
If you have any questions about real estate, we have you covered.
Until next time, we're out.